Fritzy's here if you're wondering. Princess taking the table. So I can't. It's like you know who's in charge. So no spot, no space for Priscilla. So usually Fritzy's not here like this. Her presence is can't get on a camera though, but she's here overall. So all right. So this is the event. Doesn't mean it's gonna be an alien event. But this is part of the disclosure either way. Of you haven't got a feeling on that, like the aliens are involved with it, with the event, but it doesn't mean they're gonna show themselves. But it's still part of, why whatever occurs, you know it when it happens, and it'll be definitely it feels like a worldwide situation, and then but the aliens are definitely involved with it. So, but yeah, they're not going to show themselves at all. But this is still, like I say, the disclosure situation. Because, as you can see, society is not exactly ready for their, presence, at least not yet, or who knows when. But this still is just, it's up to the individual. Oh no. That's Invader. You can't see her. Priscilla's here. Kind of see her. There she goes. Wandering around. I'm going to take the background down. Man, come on. This is why you can't have nice things. Can I help you? No, she got her spot. Fritzy just left, and Priscilla is now in charge. Behind the scenes. At least you got to see somebody. You're gonna see Fritzy. She's heard but not seen, or not even heard. At least with Priscilla, she's creeping around. Looking for a handout. That's funny how Fritzy, I can't even see her, but yeah. Anyway, it kind of makes sense actually, like the Phantom. But either way, because yesterday I was talking about contact, but obviously no. But this is part of a spiritual awakening. So, and whatever occurs here, whatever it needs to happen, they're looking for an explanation. Doesn't mean it's a explanation they want to hear. And the alien vibrations, for those that need to hear it, you might be mad at the aliens, might blame them for everything, blame for World War II. I'm not exactly happy about that, but someone had to do it. So, and it doesn't mean it doesn't mean they're in the best situation that they're in. Just saying hi to her. So yeah, we don't have exactly the best answers here. Let's put it that way. It's just the way it is. Is Avatar.com. Press sessions. You have Teams if anyone cares. I got it. Nobody's using it. So the shop here. I also have mantra added to it. This is the only healing I'm offering right now. Just a short text. So, So yeah, the aliens are not here to save the day. Quite the opposite. They said they're here to cause some. Well, they have to move things around for us to figure ourselves out. And you can blame them for your problems if you want, but we did sign up for this, so even if they don't believe it. Yeah, instead of getting what you want, you get world changes. And so what's occurring, what's going to occur is still not, obviously not clear yet. But they did talk about like war plans, so it was leaked out to the press, so that's kind of, so I don't know. And they have the Teslas on fire everywhere. So, we're having a bit of a build up to whatever is here to come. Know it when it hits. They're not going to give anything clear. That's the thing, you get blocked constantly. Yeah, it will get deliberately blocked. And, that's the thing about the main timeline. And it's probably for your own good, too, because you can see certain dates that you shouldn't be seeing it. You can see. That's when you have health issues, like an astral, kind of like, you shouldn't have brought that here, or something. You get retaliation for it, so it's different, just the way it is. It's soul growth, you can say. Of course, you have all the animals that are, you have animals that incarnate here that aren't necessarily going to be human or want a human incarnation, but they are experiencing this with us. This is the poaching and just, they go through their own challenges. But that's their version of our experience. So doesn't mean they all have to. And also, they're helping us with our frequency, for better or for worse. Yeah. I wonder how many of them just like when they're just taking on too much, because we're just too much here. So at least some of us are. And of course, you're going through the spiritual, development. And sometimes on the spiritual path, depending on where you are, instead of getting the easy life, you get more one challenge after the other. You get harder challenges. Instead of like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be spiritually developed and feel the astral, I feel this and I feel that, and I feel like my life is worse than it's ever been. Yeah, welcome to the club. So, part of it you can handle it. There's different reasons for it. It's not for no reason. You can handle it, but also it needs to be done, or there's purpose behind it. It's not just there to cause you trouble. There is a deeper meaning to it. Sometimes it's helping someone, or helping a soul survive this, or several, or whatever it might be. So there's different, So anyway, all right, we're going to so disclosure energies. Just happened to the alien disclosure frequency in general, and just whatever it needs to be now. To go okay, so the aliens are involved with whatever event that occurs. So like the economy starts to slip, and then some kind of we'll just say we'll just forward China. We'll just bring that up. Screw it, right? We'll just say if that happens, for whatever reason. Doesn't mean to be a world war, but it can be like Afghanistan type war, which kind of sucked. It'd be ugly, and it can really hurt the economy, and just it's really hard to say what will. They're just blocking it, but either way, see if that happens, and then a lot of our infrastructure gets screwed. Manufacturing's not what it used to be. A lot of the systems break down because we can't get stuff like we used to, and then new ideas, new systems come out. Hopefully soon. like our trade situation. They have all the ships with all of our junk and everything. Sometimes it's worth something. Some things are okay. So like the car situation, they're like building all these cars that nobody really needs. They're always building new cars and they're just selling the lots like forever. So you think some of that might change at some point? It's hard to say. Who knows? It's really, yeah, sometimes best you don't know. So, who knows? All right, so we go into the alien disclosure frequency and get their point of view. This is to basically just, those involved with what's happening. So, all right, let's see. Grease you. This is the alien consciousness. Is now look at it from, yes, they go out. Of course, you can't always see it from your perspective. From a galactic perspective, as you probably heard this, what do you need? Yes, there's things that you want. Realize that. But what does society need? And there come to points like during your 2012, your 2020 situation, even 2012 was an awakening, basically a new era. 2008 was like a breakdown of old systems, and you technically have new systems here. You have the internet that's becoming more a part of your society. Communication is key at this point. Not much is invented as it used to, but that can change. Of course, you have the AI frequency, and that's not fully understood of what the idea is for at some point where the human can. Of course, many humans are going to get lazier, depending on the person, while others become more productive, and others use their time more wisely and connect to themselves and just start exploring individually. Many will not do that. They just do, as people do, and just kind of squander their time. That's always going to occur, though. But what does humanity need at this point? Of course, we can't go into the details of that. But like an inner wake-up call. But also, I could say an infrastructure call at some point. Basically, your transportation, which will take some time to advance, but eventually that will happen. You're like in the early stages of your transportation, meaning it can be a lot more productive. And now you're using video calls to connect to others, kind of like the Jetsons. So even the Jetsons is kind of giving you a preview of what's to come to some level. You're going to get it's kind of the rougher version of it. Doesn't mean you're going to have to live high up in the air. We don't recommend that. It might look, everyone living up in the sky might look like a good idea. It's not. Gravity is not, most do not, go by the laws of gravity, or you do, but, that's a long fall. Let's put it that way. We don't see that. But we do see productivity changing. Yes, cleaning one's home become easier if you want to. And that's where the AI energy comes to. Because it's not just cleaning your home, it's also cleaning your energy field. Obviously, it's not going to fix everything. The AI is kind of like a mechanic on your own life to do certain repairs that you're like cleaning the house to some level, if you can even do that. And also some of the banking, bookkeeping, things mundane things that you want nothing to do with, where it can do it automatically, and you just check its work, and so it's nothing going to be like the world takeover energy as many feel like, because humans still have a lot to figure out, and they're not going to let an AI kind of take over. They might invade their space individually and say, just do my whole life for me. I'm just going to sit over here. There are going to be those that are like that. Not to say this whole AI thing is the main part of your journey, but it is, it's part of your technology. It's like almost like a karmic tie to technology. Like you have technology, the early stages of the industrial revolution. Of course, technology's been throughout history, but now it's becoming more robotic. And of course, humans are robotic, but also the AI energies help people become less robotic. Allow their soul to come back, because many of them will let their souls wander off, as you can see. And of course, the mental program is going to be difficult to heal, because many go by what's popular, and it gets clicks, views, and so on. So it's easy to get pulled into that storm. Now, there are times when a soul needs to go through that, but eventually the universe that kicks you out. It's like you're done with that. And then you live the opposite life. Well, say like you got rich off of being part of the hive mind control. Yes, you're on doing a video about propaganda. Yes, this movie is horrible. Yada yada yada. Whatever it is, financial, just going by the narrative and getting wealthy off of it, and then the universe says, "Okay, you had done with that brainwashing," and then they kick you out, and then you lose everything. Not to say, not projecting that to the population or anything, but it's eventually the universe has, well, and that's also part of this. So the higher self is saying, just kick me to the curb already. I'm tired of looking at this side of myself. And so in the separations in the higher self and the human, the idea is for you to connect more to your higher selves. Of course, the idea is to shake off this whole human thing. Well, to see it more clearly, you're not going to shake it off completely, but to better manage it, to take it to its next level. And that's more the galactic side. So the higher self is more like your galactic self, you could say. You're connected more to the higher. Yeah, it's like you already have the physical aspect of you, and now you're bringing more of the spiritual. So you still have the physical side of it, and now you're adding more spiritual. So the spiritual side, the idea is for it to basically like manipulate your own physicality, meaning like where you can disappear, reappear, stop time, so on, things like that, where you have control over yourself. Obviously, a lot of that's not fully activated for various different reasons, as you can imagine. But the idea is to take what the human that you are and to modify it. You're doing it individually. Now, it's already happening to this at some level, but your future human is basically you have a better fixation. You're more engaged with who you are individually through your body. And at that time of evolution, yes, world changing. You'll see pieces of that. I mean, you already see telepathic frequencies, basic telekinesis to some level, but it's such a small piece to what's to come. Now, when this comes is up to you. Of course, there's a lot of heavy energy that still needs to be healed. So that's why the world has to go through these challenges to get to its power. It just not everyone has to go through all of the challenges, but there are major ones that need to get through, basically, for the human to see more of its potential. And some of you are seeing it, but your numbers are low compared to everyone else. Everyone else is just be the robots complaining about whatever movie it is, and because it gets attention, because so many are at a low frequency, they're easy to connect to. They're just not like the babies here. You can say young souls that just have no idea who they are, and just controversies, and just that's all they can. The mob mentality, and so on. So, and it's not just this world can change overnight. It's just that the population needs it to be where it's at. Whereas that can always alter and shift for the better. So, that's nice.